Urgent Baltimore Ravens fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Baltimore Ravens updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Ravens fans! Today, we've got some serious news and insights that you simply cannot afford to miss. The Baltimore Ravens, a team with a rich history, a passionate fan base, and a reputation for resilience and innovation, are once again at a pivotal moment in their season. And trust me, what's happening right now could very well define their trajectory for the rest of the year. So, buckle up, because we're diving deep into what's going on, the latest developments, and what it means for the future of your beloved Ravens. First off, let's set the stage. The Ravens, since their inception in 1996, have built a reputation as one of the most innovative teams in the NFL, especially under the leadership of their legendary head coach John Harbaugh. Known for their gritty, physical style of play and a defense that has historically been among the toughest in the league, they've also been pioneers on offense, especially with their innovative use of the run game and quarterback mobility. Over the years, players like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, and more recently, Lamar Jackson, have etched their names into Ravens lore. This current season, 2023, was supposed to be a big one for Baltimore. Coming off a playoff appearance last year, expectations were high. Lamar Jackson, the dynamic quarterback, continues to be a central figure in their plans. He's a true dual threat, capable of making plays both with his arm and his legs, and that duality is what makes the Ravens so unpredictable and dangerous. But, as with any NFL team, adversity strikes, and it's been no different this season. Injuries, roster adjustments, and some tough losses have tested their resilience. Yet, the team remains firmly in the playoff hunt, and there's a palpable sense of hope among fans that they can turn things around. Now, let's talk about what's recently been making waves. There's been some controversy and, honestly, some criticism directed at the Ravens management and coaching staff. Some analysts and fans have questioned their strategic approach, especially on offense. There's been a debate about whether they're leaning too heavily on Lamar Jackson's improvisation or if they're not leveraging their weapons effectively. The offensive line has faced issues with pass protection, and that's impacted Lamar's ability to stay healthy and make plays downfield. But what's really caught everyone off guard is a recent comment made by a prominent NFL analyst, Mina Kimes. She's known for her sharp insights and no-nonsense analysis, and she's not afraid to call out teams when she sees issues. And recently, she did just that with the Ravens. Without getting into the exact words yet, let's just say her critique was pretty pointed. She highlighted some glaring problems within the team, issues that have been bubbling under the surface but are now impossible to ignore. Her main focus was on the team's execution and their strategic decisions, especially on offense. She pointed out that the Ravens seem to be stuck in a bit of a rut, relying too much on individual talent rather than cohesive team play. She emphasized that their offensive schemes have become predictable, which is dangerous in the NFL where defenses are constantly adjusting. She also criticized the team's inability to adapt quickly in tough situations, which has led to some costly turnovers and missed opportunities. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Hey, this is just one analyst's opinion, right? Well, yes, but Mina Kimes' insights are often backed by deep film analysis, stats, and a comprehensive understanding of the game. When someone with her level of expertise criticizes a team like the Ravens, it's worth paying attention. Because, let's face it, the NFL is a league that evolves quickly, and teams that fail to adapt often find themselves on the outside looking in come playoff time. But here's the thing, criticism, while tough, can also be a wake-up call. It's an opportunity for the Ravens coaching staff and players to reflect and improve. And, to be fair, Baltimore has a history of bouncing back from setbacks. The organization has always been about resilience, about turning adversity into motivation. Remember last season, when they faced injuries and tough losses early on? They bounced back, finished strong, and made a deep playoff run. That's the kind of spirit that defines the Ravens. In terms of roster updates, the team has had some notable injuries this year, especially on the offensive line and in the receiving core. Wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. was brought in with high hopes, but he's struggled with consistency and injuries. The offensive line has been patchy, which has impacted Lamar Jackson's rhythm and ability to throw downfield. Defensive stars like Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Williams have been key contributors, but even they have faced some setbacks. Despite that, the defense remains one of the best in the league, especially in forcing turnovers and creating chaos for opposing offenses. Looking ahead, the Ravens' schedule is quite challenging. They face division rivals like the Bengals and Browns, teams that are also fighting for playoff positioning. The AFC is stacked this year, with teams like the Chiefs, Bills, and Dolphins putting up impressive campaigns. So, every game is crucial. The Ravens need to tighten up on offense, improve their consistency, and get their key players healthy. The coaching staff has to come up with clever game plans, mixing the run and pass effectively, and adding more unpredictability. And let's not forget the importance of Lamar Jackson. As the franchise quarterback, he's the heartbeat of this team. When Lamar is playing at his best, the Ravens are almost unstoppable. His ability to extend plays and make something out of nothing is what keeps defenses guessing. But he's also been dealing with injuries and some inconsistency this season. The key for Baltimore is to protect him better, develop a more balanced offense, and ensure that their playmakers step up when it counts. Now, if we look back at the recent history of the Ravens, they've always been a team that thrives under pressure. Their playoff runs in recent years showcase a team built around toughness, discipline, and strategic brilliance. The Super Bowl victory in 2012, led by Ray Lewis and a punishing defense, is still one of the most iconic moments in NFL history. And even in years when they fell short, they've always been contenders because of their strong organizational culture and the leadership of Harbaugh and their star players. But, as with any team, there are always areas to improve. The critics, including Mina Kimes, aren't wrong when they point out weaknesses. The key for Baltimore now is how they respond to this criticism. Will they take it as motivation? Will they double down on their strengths and fix the flaws? That's what's going to determine their fate in the coming weeks. Because, make no mistake, the Ravens are still very much in the playoff race, and they have the talent, the coaching, and the grit to turn things around. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you agree with Mina Kimes' assessment? Do you think the Ravens are capable of bouncing back, or are we looking at a season of disappointment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and the latest news from Baltimore. Stay tuned, because this season is far from over, and the Ravens still have plenty of fight left in them. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Ravens!